Perhaps it's interesting when I show how I am making my new double power supply. This is what I've made this afternoon. This will be the front, and these are, say, this will be the milliampere meter that will be pushed into the front, so in this way. Of course, the shunt will be on the back side anyway. When you want to make a double power supply, there are some good advices, though I have to say that I made one in the past here, and well, the whole idea of double power supplies in fact goes back to making a good power supply for, say, a positive or a negative voltage with enough hum suppression. And because I make this double power supply for audio applications, I also will use here hum suppression. There are two Darlingtons here and here. This one for the negative voltage, this one for the positive voltage. And you can see that I've already soldered the Darlingtons together here, so that they have a certain amplification. I use by purpose a Darlington, because you can drive a Darlington completely out into saturation, so that the maximum voltage is going to the experimental circuit on the breadboard. So again, the front here. What more to tell? Here are, say, 4 transformers. The problem was that I did not have 2 transformers in the order of 18 volts that could give out 2 ampere or so. But I had bought in the past a bunch of old transformers. They give out approximately 8 watt each, but I'm going to switch them in parallel, so that each bunch of transformers gives out double 8 watt, so 16 watt here and 16 watt here. When you do this, it's very, and I mean when you want to switch 2 transformers in parallel, there are many important things to tell. Both transformers must be identical in terms of properties. The voltage out, the current out, etc. But I bought this bunch of transformers, so I have identical transformers here. So this is not the best idea to make a double power supply, and when you know a little bit about the properties and the problems, use 1 transformer here, not 2 of them anyway, because when these 2 transformers are not in phase, that's the problem here. They must be connected in phase. I have to search that out. Because they are identical, I think this is a simple problem, but could be when you use transformers of different making, the phase issue is real anyway. And also here the phase issue is real, because when I take here AC of say 16 volts, and I don't connect here the secondary properly in terms of phase, both AC voltages will, say, extinguish each other. And the situation will be that there will be no AC out here. But when I connect them properly in phase, I will have the same voltage, but the double power, the double energy out. Anyway, well, when you want to make a double power supply, always good to know that you need a fierce rectifier here for the negative side, also completely the same for the positive side here. I've used here two electrolytics of 2200 microfarad. Together they make 4400 microfarad, and for audio 4700 microfarad is more or less the minimum value to prevent hum out of the power supply. Could be 110 volt, could be 50 hertz, 60 hertz, could be 230 volts, 220 volts, etc, etc. So that's the reason why you see here two capacitors of say 4700 microfarad. And of course, to prevent all kinds of strange oscillations on the power lead, I will solder here a 220k resistor with a capacitor of 0.1 microfarad. That makes the power supply leads, both in the positive and in the negative way, in a kind of way stable, to prevent high frequency, that high frequency oscillations can get into the power supply, and also that the Darlington here could start to oscillate. When it oscillates, the best cure is go to the base of that Darlington. This is the PNP Darlington, this is the NPN Darlington, and use a capacitor from the base to ground to push down all the oscillations, parasitic oscillations, because such a Darlington has an enormous high current amplification. I've used by purpose these transistors. One of them amplifies 100 times, the other one amplifies 50 times. This could also be 100, current amplification of 100, and this one could have a current amplification of 50. Anyway, it doesn't matter much because we have a Darlington here, and there is a driver via a BD139 and a driver here, and it means that we can via this setup drive both transistors completely into saturation and always into saturation. That means that we can get a maximum current out. Of course, with a voltage drop in the order of 1.6 volt here, because these two ones are completely normal bipolar transistors, so they both give a voltage drop. So together we have a voltage drop in the order of 2 volts in this situation, but I think it will be no problem, because the whole idea is to get more energy out, and that say 1.6 voltage drop at each side of the double power supply will not have a big effect on what I want. Anyway, what's more to tell? Here, good quality bridge rectifier here also. This one can handle 25 ampere, and this one also. You can ask, why do you use a 25 ampere bridge rectifier in a circuit that can only give out, say, maximum 2 ampere or so? That's my experience of the past. When you shortcut a transformer, even when it has not a very high output current, when you shortcut it via a diode bridge, say the grade rectifier that's here, bridge rectifier, an enormous current can start to flow. So far more than you could or can expect when you look at, say, the simple, not too high current output transformers for AC. Anyway, that's why I use here such a big, it's overdone, and because it's also hobbyist. And that's a good thing, because when we shortcut the output of the double power supply, the whole thing must be safe. That's also the reason why you see here two fuses, one fuse for the mains, one fuse for the output of the negative, one fuse for the mains, one fuse for the output of the positive, etc., etc. So I did not want to make this video because it's, say, in an experimental stage. I wanted to make a video when everything works nice, but anyway, this is in a kind of way showing, say, the things that you can encounter. There's a hole here on the back side, there will be mesh here, and the reason is, here's that hole, that we now have a flow of air. When the transistors get hot or warm, the air can flow through the transistors. Thanks for watching. Pen over somewhat. Hope it was a little bit helpful and interesting. So perhaps this evening I'm going to finish the circuit, otherwise tomorrow.